Flosstube. It's Erika from the Steel City Stitchers here. I'm here to talk to you today about ice dyeing your fabric. I'm going to do some ice dyeing of some Aida cloth for you. So first of all, let's talk about our supplies. I got a lot of my supplies at the Dollar Tree because number one, it's my jam, and number two, you don't need expensive stuff to do this. The first supply that I will show you is that I got this little pan, baking sheet, brownie tin thing. I've dyed right over that before, and only a couple of times were worried about the dye overflowing. So I also have this thing, like a mixing bowl. I'm going to try that today and see if that helps. It's deeper, so hopefully the dye will not overflow. I also have a set of cooling racks. I like to put these together in front of my face. Not really. I like to put these together so that they make a little bit smaller grids, and then lay that on top of the container. I'm going to place the Aida, when it's ready, on top of this so that the ice can drip through. The next thing you need to have is Aida cloth. I have some here. Just buy it by the sheet. I think I got this on Amazon a couple of years ago. I've also used older Aida that I've found in my stash. It's been like off-white, things like this. You can use anything. Then I also have my dye. I use Rite dye for this. So today I'm going to try to use golden yellow and sunshine orange and mix them together. You want to use the powdered dye for this. You can't use the liquid dye. It will not work the same way. The key is the powder. So, first of all, I'm going to put on my gloves. So you don't want to get dye on your hands, right? They're purple and fancy. My son always asks me why, like, Mary Poppins, for example, and like princesses wear gloves, and I told him it was to be fancy, so look how fancy I am. You like it, I know. Secondly, you want to get your fabric wet before you do this. So, I have already gotten this wet. I got it wet in hot water. It is wet. Now I'm going to crumple it up kind of neatly and place it on the little cooling rack, like so. Next, ice. I'm going to be using crushed ice because I think it gives a better modeling effect than if you use the full cube. You can try it with both ways and see what you like better. Sometimes I'll combine them. So I have a cup of crushed ice, and I have a couple of ice cubes, and I might use them both. We'll see how I feel while I do this. You just want to cover completely the piece of cloth. So, just going to pour it, and you probably can hear the ice falling down in here, and I'm sorry you cannot see me doing it, but I will show you what it looks like. So you want to put ice all over, and I'm going to I'll empty the ice that already fell through before I, start the clock on this, as it were, because I don't need extra, melted water in there, do I? No. Okay, so I'm going to tilt this down. Sorry, I don't have a tripod like Aaron does, but here is the ice on top of the fabric. Do you want to know what my computer is lifted on? I'll tell you. It's a funny secret. A box of graham crackers in the Kleenex box. High tech over here. Okay, the next thing to do is sprinkle the dye. I've opened up the dye. It's a little paper package inside that box. And I'm going to sprinkle it on, and then I'm going to put this envelope into a Ziploc bag. So when I put it back in the box, it's not like exploding dye everywhere. That would be bad. You actually don't need a ton of this to be effective. I'll just sprinkle a tiny bit. Ta-da. And then I'm going to add some of the yellow. And if you've ever tie-dyed, it's kind of the same idea. when you put the dye. If you put it in some places, it's gonna get like more dye, in more places it's gonna get more colorful, that kind of thing. You'll have some white mixed in there probably. So I think that it's set dye wise, is sprinkled on. We'll see how this goes. I want to show you what it looks like, but first I want to show you two pieces that I've ice dyed before, small pieces that were just scraps while I was testing. Show you what we're going to find at the end here probably. This one is kind of like a teal and a green mixed together. A very small piece of fabric. I also have this pink and purple one that I think is really cool. I have to figure out what to stitch on these, but you know, someday. If you recall my spooky sampler pattern, the one I did from the frosted pumpkin, and I've turned it into a pillow cover, that was ice dyed as well. And that was like gray and teal and purple, and I really like how that turned out. So today we're doing again the sunshine yellow and the sunshine orange and the golden yellow, and we're going to see how that turns out. Here it is. Da-da-da. Just chillin'. The fabric has the ice on top and the dye sprinkled on, and now we wait. It takes as long as it takes ice to melt. So if you're doing it on a warm day, you might get faster results than if you're doing it in the middle of winter. Yeah, so I'll be back to show you how it looks and how we finish it up. Okay, so I took my Ada cloth after putting my gloves on, and I rinsed it under cold water in my sink until the water ran clear from the fabric. I'm left with this. Looks kind of awesome, right? So I want to set this dye. In previous times of dyeing, I have let it just dry naturally, and then I used my iron to press it and heat set it that way. But I'm sort of thinking today that I want to try drying it in the oven. So this little silver pan that I mentioned before, the little brownie pan, I'm going to weirdly lay my fabric in it, and I'm going to probably adjust it as I go, but I have it in here like this. I'm going to put it in the oven at 200 degrees. I want to say just for like 5 minutes at first to see how it's going, then maybe I can move it around, give it a few more minutes. I don't want to burn it. I don't want to burn my house down. I don't want to burn my oven. So I'm going to do that, and we will see how it looks. Cross your fingers. Okay, so I just pulled the pan out of the oven. Fabric is still a little damp, but I'm going to let it air dry from here. I had it in there again at 200 degrees, put it in for 5 minutes, took it out, rearranged it a little bit, put it in for another 5. So yeah, I'm going to let it air dry, then I'm going to press it with my iron to further set the dye. And here we are. It looks pretty cool. It looks kind of, it looks more yellow in person, I would say, than it does on camera here. But I really like it. I'm not sure what I'll do with it, but I think it's cool. It's fun. It's festive. Who knows? Yay! So that is how you ice dye, and you can get Rite dye pretty much anywhere, any of the major craft stores. I've seen it at my grocery store. I got some at one of our craft stores that has since closed. Rest in peace, Pat Catan's. They had like super clearance, so the box was like 12 cents, which was crazy. So I think I have about 15 colors, and it's kind of fun to mix and match those and see what they look like. But yeah, I'm really happy with this fabric. I hope that you give it a try too. It is not scary, and you can totally do it. So do some ice dyeing and then show me what you've done. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Stay safe.